all these questions stem from our interest in the band and your projects. And really, we did spend a lot of time, so hopefully these questions are going to be of interest to you guys, and maybe be of interest to answer. So let's go ahead and get started. We'd like to start things out on a little bit of a light note, because unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on how you look at it, Will and I are a little late to the Turkuaz part. So we've become fans as of late and done a quick study. Saw you guys for the first time last year at All Good. And since then, have followed your progress on JAML and various places like that, and didn't really fall in love with the band. Well, one of the things that we came to understand was that back in 2012, there was a Kickstarter campaign. And we missed that, and we're kind of bummed about that, but we know that there was a project of that Kickstarter campaign and something that came about, and that was the Taylor Shell Sings the Hits album.
You guys did do your homework.
Yeah. This hasn't gotten enough press.
I mean, frankly, I don't know why we're pushing any of these other items.
Oh, tell me about it. Well, that's where our question really
It's all
lies.
dog shit compared to that album.
When is the public release?
I think it's going to be called Bridge Under Troubled Water.
Yes.
Is it not out? Is it not publicly released in any way? Other than the video stuff? I guess not.
I guess not.
I could only find like the commercial that was.
Oh, okay.
No,
It exists. It's real thing.
Well, we
Full track.
like
I think
put it
it's
this way,
about,
the
like,
people
About
that-
tomorrow. Yeah, we'll put it up
Sure.
It's like 11
I love it,
songs,
love
I think.
Perfect.
Something like
tomorrow.
that.
It's 11. Yeah.
It's 11
tracks.
It's an 11 song. It's a full length.
So of those tracks, like of the band, like there had to have been a clear favorite or two. Like what was noteworthy? We have our own in the office. We won't tell you, but
Must be elated
I was
tonight
gonna
as
say
well.
ladies.
Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell Rock is also very special.
yeah.
Well, still, if you knew the chronology of like how we recorded it, and like we just kept
heard
doing
shots
shots
were
of
involved.
tequila,
Yeah.
so drunker and drunker. So like the later it gets, and
The shot was done
shaving
between
his
every
beard
shot.
throughout.
So
Yeah.
the premise was that I couldn't read any of the lyrics before the take,
Right.
or listen to the song, and I had to do a shot between each song. We did like 11 songs.
Yeah.
I think I did about 4 shots before we started.
And they also trimmed his beard as it shaved your beard
That
down.
was-
down by the end.
Yeah, the video was pretty interesting in that because you got to see your evolution.
Yeah.
Or
It's only like a 6
Dio
hour.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like a 6 hour.
we were in there for like 6 hours.
We really needed money at the time.
Please, I'll do whatever.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah, maybe tomorrow we'll put it out.
Yeah, hey.
Beautiful.
Well, you know what? In
I'm
the spirit
down.
of that, guys, we'd like to contribute something to the band.
Oh yeah, look
that's,
at that.
That's filled with Ireland's finest.
Oh,
Whoa!
I was going to say it felt a little heavy.
And exactly. We figured just in the spirit, because we kind of knew the shots were a part of it and everything. You know,
That's so nice.
you seem like a nice band.
Thank you.
You're welcome, guys. It's a pleasure.
Pass it
Volume
around.
2.
No,
This is
that's
journalism. That's Taylor Shell Volume 2
What I'm
right
talking about.
Well, you know,
Yeah, there it is.
you kind of want to grease the wheels of good journalism, right?
Hit volume 2. Parentheses up is no good.
there. I like that.
Perfect. Well, you know what? We'll go ahead and branch. Oh man, right on. Well, here in the spirit of brevity, let's go ahead and keep going here. So we've read a lot of other interviews with you guys, with various members and stuff about. It's a big band. We realize that a lot of personalities and everything. And from everything we've read, things seem to go pretty well for you. So we're not as interested in that as we are really kind of interested in some of the more nitpicky. So like logistics. You've got a ton of instruments, a ton of people. I mean, this is no 4-person band. I mean, it's no string band. There's a lot of electronics, a lot of stuff to set up. So it's got to get a little crazy with that kind of hectic, scheduling and everything.
What do you mean?
So, what has happened as a result of that? Being such a big band, there's got to be some story from the road, some particular little thing where it's like, where the stage was too small, or the green room was a little cramped, or something like that.
Too many to
That's
count.
kind of normal. That's kind of normal.
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
everyone's gotten to know their rig, like up and down. Everyone knows exactly the limits that they can take in terms of stretching out and having space.
Sure.
Everyone knows how to do the job to the best of their ability with the most limited amount of space. So I think we've gotten to know our instruments and how they work in this band really well. By virtue of the fact that we don't have that much room to do it.
Sure.
And
It's
when
kind of
we
like
do it,
space is the exception. It's like when you have it, it's a luxury.
Yeah.
Right, bad.
Totally.
Like we play like festivals. You got like a big stage. You can
we saw this at All Good.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you guys really had like tons of room. Everybody's seen it was a really cool show as a result.
More and more, we're
Yeah,
getting
it's
to
good.
the point where more rooms are better stages. But certainly in our first few years of touring, it was like almost every night was like this.
In probably
much,
comically,
doesn't fit us.
comically.
Comically,
Right.
and I mean
Yeah.
we've gotten more and more gear as the years go.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's
Well,
like
sure.
Every time we stop at
More
guitar
toys.
Center.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
I used to have to stand like on the floor off the stage sometimes, but I'm the same height as everyone when I do that.
It worked out. Yeah, it worked out.
Not anymore, but in the old days.
But as well, though,
back in the dark times.
Yeah, we've also understood each other's setups a lot better too, so that helps us to work everything actually together onto stage.
Yeah, sure.
I learned my elbow radius,
Yeah.
what moves I can do in certain
Yeah, I
stages.
guess just because it's always been like this, you still kind of accept it. Not that it isn't very frustrating sometimes, but like sometimes it just gets to you. But like because it's always been like this, it's not like a new problem. It's just like
Right, it's just a new venue.
This is the way it is.
As we
Yeah.
usually show up, we allot 2.5 hours just for setup, not even including sound check. And then, for example, yesterday we had to do. So we have that much time, but we know how to do it in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we did it in about
When we're forced to, we seem to do it.
Yeah, like
Sure.
we can flip it however fast we have to, but to do it at a comfortable enough pace and have the show really be set up as best it can, it takes about 2
The
hours.
lights are
Yeah,
sacrificed.
that's a lot. Yeah, sure.
Although I do feel like when we do play on big stages, it's nice to have a lot of space. But then
Sometimes it
being
loses.
so
Lose some
close
intensity,
together,
yeah.
like I miss everyone.
Sure.
I'm like you're so far away from me. It's like I want you closer.
It does create sometimes more of a unity or just like an intensity of connection.
Sure, like a big family
Kind of on
dance.
top of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that makes perfect sense because your energies are so interconnected
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right on.
Just jump right in.
Yeah, come on in. Yeah, absolutely. More the merrier. Yeah, hey, Chris. Welcome.
Yeah.
Hey,
Chris loves
Chris
logistics.
is
Parker,
really the
good
logistics.
to meet you.
Yeah, he would have been the guy. That,
Like logistics, it's easy. We just look at this thing on our phone.
Chris
Sorry,
is our
It all just
tour
magically
manager.
appears there, right?
Just like that.
What do you know?
Amazing. Yeah. No, with no work from anyone,
All these
right?
venues are just really forthcoming.
Going on. Well, we'd like to turn real quick to talk about the latest studio album, Digitonium. Obviously, this is the Digitonium tour. And so we really enjoy the album. We've fallen in love with the album. There's so much depth, so much breadth. And we put it up there as like one of the best concept albums that we've heard. So it's kind of start to finish. That's our opinion. And we know that, you've created this new universe, this place called Computer World. It's got a unique cast of characters like Murderface and Dr. Jazz and Percy Thrills the Moondog. And so there's all these really cool people and experiences that we get to meet. Can you talk a little bit about the inspiration for that world and those some of those characters? Because it's this new thing, this new body of work, and it's so rich, and there's obviously a lot to it.
if I remember correctly, I think it started with the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Dave knew that he wanted the album to be called that like a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we basically just tried to examine the word, and then we were into just trying to do something really different from our last album, which is to do something much more electronic.
Sure.
And in that world more, and then it just all kind of just came from the word. And we just kind of took it from there, and then
Yeah, and the word is borrowed from the song Higitus Figitus and Sword in the Stone.
Sure.
They say Prestidigitonium, and I was always like, man, it's so funny that word worked its way into this old movie from the 60s that's about, medieval, Arthurian legend. It sounds like such a futuristic word to me.
Right.
So then that song came first, writing-wise, and then from there it was just I think this should be the name of the album, and we just kind of explored that concept a little further.
Cool. It's an incredible concept. And like I said, we've been having so much fun exploring it ourselves. And like I said, getting to know these people, getting to know these facets of this album. So very, really incredible, deep, guys. Really deep, powerful stuff.
if we ran out of ideas, we would just say the word Digitonium.
So that's why.
Let's do we put it
Secret's
this way.
out, huh? Well, keeping along the album, we wanted to light on one song in particular, which is a song that we really particularly enjoy. For us, it's been the catchiest, the one we come back to the most, the one that was kind of a sleeper that caught us, and that's European Festivity Nightmare. And it seems a bit more focused, like it's possibly based around a personal experience or something of those lines. And so for us, the song sticks out because it's a little different. It's it's first person. There's very few first person songs on the album. This is one that's very first person, like this is happening to me or happened to me. So was there some?
Are we right? First
Are we close?
It turns out.
yeah. I was just a dream. I woke up one morning from a dream where I was over in Europe. We had gone there after we graduated school and just partied in like Berlin and a bunch of cool places, and certainly rooted in some of those memories. But I was over there and found out we were supposed to be on some tour over here. But I was like partying and having a great time, but super stressed out. It was like a nightmare where I was partying, and I'd never had that mix of emotions. And I woke up, and then I had this sort of like Beat It style groove kind of going, and I was like, man, we don't have any songs that sound like that. Like, this would just be a weird concept. I actually, up until the last minute, I kept wanting to rewrite the lyrics to not be that. But I don't know, maybe a couple of you were there for the conversation, but we ended up keeping it, which
I always like them.
yeah. But that is, it was directly from an actual dream.
Cool.
And like even some of the specific details, like the $900 that it cost to get back, and all these different, like some of the visual stuff in there is definitely exactly from a dream too.
Does that happen pretty often for you when it comes to writing new songs?
What, in dreams?
Yeah. Well,
No.
That sort of inspiration.
No, that was a
That's a
rare.
rarity.
songs are
No, that was a rare occurrence.
Good deal.
Definitely.
Right on, man. That's really pretty cool. Not what I was expecting. Finally, that's our last question about the album, and I'd like to turn to the sync if we could, because that's pretty fascinating. As a project,
What do you mean?
Well, no one's ever asked us. This is the first time someone's
We've
actually
heard it
asked
works
me.
out.
Oh, really? Well, so we were on the fence about asking you too, because like, well, maybe they don't want to talk about it because of like whatever considerations or whatever. But we got to know. I mean, and people we know want to know, because there's a lot of questions out there about this because people have seen it. You know.
The real thing was that I think when the album came out, we didn't want to promote that in any way.
You want it to be like a
It
gimmick.
would completely overshadow it, and it was almost also curiosity of like, are people going to figure this out?
Totally.
Right,
We
right.
left all those clues.
Because if you know the movie pretty, like I was of the mentality that people would definitely figure it out if they knew the movie well enough. I mean, just looking at the album art and the titles of things and
Lyrics.
lyrics.
Totally.
It turns out there's
names.
largest leaps of logic that you have to do to actually do it. Like when we actually had to actually make it ourselves to like just to put it out there. It's like this is
No,
pain in
but
the
people did
ass.
catch on. There was stuff early on, like on
Yeah,
what was
before
it,
we said
Fantasy Tour or
anything,
something. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, some.
But we haven't officially said anything.
It's over right now, I guess.
Let's do it.
What's
Yeah, we're doing it.
You can
What's
talk
it-
about it and
Yeah,
not
you
officially
can-
say
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
On the record.
Yeah, we.
Yeah. I mean.
We fucking did it.
Yeah.
You should check that shit out. It's pretty tight.
Well, I'll share a story with you of just how crazy and detailed we got about it.
Please.
So we did all the tracks, and and I mean it was really complex, and Dave could talk about it more about actually how it processed. It's a very weird thing because it's trying to line up two things and make it all fit. And like at the end, we're like, all right, to get all like the little motions and stuff to make it work, we have to like do like a layer of sound effects. So Dave and I spent a lot of time doing these layered sound effects, and I did a lot of it. We were done at like the main studio, and I was working in my brother's basement because he has like a little studio rig there, and he has like a regular job, and he was like going to work one day, and I was down there like just turning like synthesizer around, trying to make like the sound of like a squirrel jumping,
Great. Yeah. Sure.
and he like, and
Walked
he literally
in on you.
walked in on me and was like, "Dude, are you okay? Like, are you?" And
We were joking that he calls us. We're like, Craig hasn't been in the band for I don't know what he told you he's doing in there.
so
You assured him that you were okay.
yeah, no, I was like, we're really doing this. But it was to that point of like insanity of actually the attention to detail that we did it. So
Yeah.
We sat in like we were doing like edits. We were sitting in a controller like, is this bubbly enough?
oh my God,
It sounds like bubbles. We were like, more room sound of the bubble. Like,
Yeah, it's like-
really like every little thing. Like it was
That's fantastic.
So did you always know that you wanted to do that when it came to
it
writing
was a
that
joke.
album,
I
It was
mean,
kind of a joke. I
We
mean,
started talking about it really early on.
or- Yeah.
what it was that song was based on the film, and I was like, maybe, and it talks about in the song Digitonium, like, Sir Ector and like some specific stuff from the movie.
Right. Totally.
Help me remove the sword. So I was like, man, maybe it should just be a theme album about like surrounding that movie. And then it was like, man, what if we could make it like go along with the movie? Which kind of, it was said and then forgotten for a little bit. But then you had the demo for the what ended up being the first song, the introduction. And for shits, I was like, all right, this sounds like a cool first track to Digitonium. Let me just see what happens. And I like put the DVD on like manually. And I was like, I see how you could, lyrically you could make stuff work over this. And like timing wise, where the beats kind of lined up, then you'd have to like shift where things go to find the right timing. Yeah. And that was really the first one that got locked in. And then the second track was like, so those two were kind of written to the film, whereas some other stuff we had to like massage it a little.
I feel like I remember being in the studio and we even had like a couple of tracks recorded and we were still talking about it like, are we gonna go through with this?
Yeah.
Can we actually make this happen?
Well, we got to very close a bunch of times, and like we just completely scrapped it because like we were gonna have to do the vinyl and like get that on time, and like that has to get pressed like those orders need to go in like way early, and we're not done.
Right, so then the vinyl wouldn't have the sound effects. Like there were a bunch of logistical issues. That's like, man, is this really worth it?
And then we even got it all finished. And we're like 15 minutes short. Like,
really?
Yeah, and then we had to like just make. That's where some of the interludes and stuff came from.
Sure.
Like filling those gaps.
Yeah, totally.
And I remember for me the moment that it was like, all right, we should actually do this versus like us joking about it. Yeah, it was like we lined it up and Dave lined up. We started looking at some rough stuff, and the line "ribbit" in Dr. Jazz like lines up exactly.
No, he goes.
Right.
I literally was lining up randomly.
And it was totally random, and it was like, yeah, we have to do that.
He goes, your heart is being ribbit like a froggy, and then a frog comes on the screen. He goes, yeah, and then the frog like says yeah, and the bubbles come out.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, what the fuck?
When that happened in
like
time,
that was
like,
not, I was just like moving around, like seeing where it worked. I didn't even think about the frog thing, and it just like came
It's just
on
like
the screen. I was
happened. Like, no, we have to do
all right,
this.
we're
That's
definitely doing this now.
serendipitous. Do it.
Yeah, that's true. That was for sure.
The other thing about it too is when we went into the studio, we had been touring just absolutely relentlessly, like had no time to do anything. And then we got there, like, all right, well, what are we doing here? And we just had like the name and had all that stuff. So once we decided on this concept, it helped it come together a lot faster because we're like, all right, now we're like focused on, we have constraints that we can work around to try to just create a world, and that's, that's
well, and we hadn't written so much, which ended up being advantageous because it gave us the ability to write too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We only had like
five songs running 24 tracks in it.
Yeah, of course,
I mean, that's
9 of them are.
songs.
But even the interludes gave us a cool opportunity to play with the film stuff more, some of the dialogue and things like that. So.
Yeah. And it's kind of neat, some of the interludes that we did specifically for that, we've now turned into songs that we play as a live band.
And sound totally like just kind of use that as like a building block.
Cool, yeah, like just a framework. And just go somewhere else with it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, on behalf of music nerds and appreciative fans everywhere, let me say thank you so much
for sticking to it.
Yeah,
We appreciate the end result.
We watch it a lot.
Okay.
Because it's very, very cool.
Yeah.
And it's very worthy.
Appreciate
and
it.
it's very fun. Yeah.
I mean, we kind of wish that at the end we were like, man, we could keep working on this forever. Like, some parts are way more on point than others, but it's a cool like audio companion. I feel like. To the film all the way through, but yeah, we were down to the wire. I think we were recording voiceovers and sound effects until like the day before we set it for mass.
And one of the hardest things about it was when we
Trying to
finally
get the
wanted to share with people, the copyright shit is so
Yeah,
huge.
you were wondering how big of a
So
concern
like
that was.
yeah, so that took a lot of like just in the little back alleys of the internet, like figuring like, all right, we can be like here and like we won't get too much attention. So
yeah, it is crazy in terms of posting it. They take it down. Yeah, tend to take it down pretty quickly.
It's pretty. I've seen it.
But it
down
is
pretty
in
quick.
general like legal world. It's kind of unexplored territory. There's nothing technically wrong with making something that goes with something.
once you share the content, though, it's a different thing.
Yeah,
Right. Absolutely.
That one link has stayed strong still.
I hope so. I think so.
Yeah, that's probably where you.
I got it. Oh, I guess I live for the live music.
Yeah, from that
it's
link,
from that
as
one,
long
yeah.
as that's still up.
Yeah, it's still up, and you
Yeah.
can still download the MP4,
Okay,
Right.
cool.
which is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Now it's out there. Okay.
That's really the crucial way for it to spread, because that's like hard.
And I do think that headphones is the best way.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's
For the record, haven't done that yet.
It's,
Okay.
I think just sitting watching with headphones, you'll catch the most stuff.
There's a
Hear
lot
that,
of
nerds?
little subtle
Put
stuff.
on your headphones.
Headphones on.
What? That's awesome, guys.
Good deal. That's
all I got.
That's all we got. Really. Yeah, guys.
Thank you
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you enough, man. We're looking forward to the show tonight. Tomorrow night's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hometown for me. So.
You're from Boulder?
Yeah,
Or
from
live in
Boulder.
Boulder?
Yeah.
Right
So,
on.
yeah, I'm really psyched for that.